It has to be said, this is an overwhelming but extremely enlightening experience at the World Travel Market event at Excel. Every country selling their country's best aspects and making us all want to visit, eat their food, and wear their clothes. Wonderful.
I am Carla Armour, representing the beautiful nature island of Dominica in the Eastern Caribbean, recently hit by Hurricane Maria. But guess what? I'm just here, living well with Barrie.
Hi, here we have Dwayne Dove on the Trinidad and Tobago stand, and with his product, Tobago Estate Chocolate. And this bar is named Laura. Talk to me. Tell me about Laura.
Well, Laura is my grandmother.
Okay.
I wanted to pay tribute to her.
Right.
So I made the bar last year to celebrate our 10-year anniversary.
So the company's been going 10 years?
10 years, that's right, yeah.
Right.
So 10-year anniversary, so we decided to make it personal.
Right.
So we baptized the bar as Laura.
Nice. So now talk me through these bars here. This is the original one, is it?
That's right. That's our original dark 70%, which has also, taken home a lot of international awards.
Right.
That's a pure dark. And then Laura is the dark milk.
Right.
Which means it's a milk chocolate, but it has a lot of cocoa, a high cocoa content.
Right.
So that's 45%
higher cocoa content than
a regular milk.
Yeah, chocolate.
Which would be like 30%, something like that.
How many different chocolates do you have in your range?
Well, we actually only have two. We have the Laura, which is 45, and the dark. Right. But we have them in different molds.
All right.
So we do 5 gram, 50 gram, 100 grams, 3 kg blocks, 5 kg blocks if you're baking with chocolate and stuff like that.
Right.
So we do a whole different range of sizes, but we only have like a dark or milk, basically.
Okay. And this World Gold Award, what's this about?
Well, we won World Gold at the International Chocolate Awards 2 weeks ago in London, the 13th of October. Yeah, yep.
Okay.
On the 13th of October, we won the World Gold, which means that we have competed with all the other chocolates in that category.
Right.
From the different continents, and we won.
Wow.
That's right.
From Little Tobago.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
That's great, yeah.
You're competing on a world stage.
That's right,
and coming up tops.
That's right. So we elated by that, and the products are available almost all over the world. We had our first order to Australia a month ago. Okay. So we have Australia, we have the UK, we have the States, but small shops selling artisan craft chocolates.
That's how it starts. The artisan chocolates, the special, and then it expands. So tell me, what are these here?
Well, these are the cocoa pods, and the variety we have in Trinidad and Tobago is the Trinitario. So these are Trinitario cocoa, and in these pods, yep, that's right.
These two are the same, right?
Actually, they're different Trinitarios. This is a 919, 1076, and an 1188.
And what's this one?
That is also 1076. It's going to be like this after it gets to...
Riper.
Yeah, riper. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So they all have different specific taste characteristics.
Okay.
This one is quite fruity, and this one is a little bit more acidic, and this one is a little bit more nutty.
See, we're talking to a genius here. Genius. So how does the process work?
Well, what we do is that we begin harvesting in October,
right?
Every year, and we'll harvest up until May, and we harvest continuously during this period. We take the pods, we crack them, we cut them, we remove all the beans, and then we have to ferment the beans and then dry the beans.
So about how many beans, I should say, we get from a pod this size?
Right, about 60 to 70 beans.
Right.
For me to make my dark chocolate, 100 grams, 70%, I need 3 pods. To make the 45%, I need 1.5.
Right.
So I need less cocoa because it's a lower cocoa content in the 45.
And these are the beans here, are they?
Those are the beans that are dried.
Right.
They've been fermented and dried, and now they're ready to be roasted, and then milled, and then pressed.
Wow.
And then we probably add some sugar from sugarcane, some cane sugar, and then, well, for the milk chocolate, some organic milk.
Cane is good sugar.
Good sugar.
It's good in most things.
Good sugar. Good sugar. Good sugar.
So what is this here now?
And these are also beans, roasted beans that we have actually dipped in the dark chocolate and just sort of just a drizzle of dark powder on it, dark cocoa powder.
Wow.
So you eat them as... these are beans that are basically, unroasted.
Unroasted.
So just dried.
Who would have thought so much goes into making chocolate?
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
How long did you take to perfect the process?
Well, I've been doing this for 12 years, and prior to that, my family, we grew up with cocoa. Okay. So it wasn't anything foreign for me to actually have the cocoa. Yeah,
the pods
that's
and
right.
What to do.
That's right.
Because that's a process that must take quite a while.
Well, I'll tell you something. Yeah, the most difficult part in this whole process is not making the chocolate. It's getting the raw material.
Right.
So 90% of the quality is in the raw material. 10% is the chocolate. Making the chocolate is easy.
Right.
It takes a week. It takes 5 days.
Quality raw material.
And taking care of that raw material.
Is it difficult to grow?
Well, it's difficult to grow, but it also requires a lot of careful, handling.
Yeah.
The fermentation, the drying, the grading of the beans. All of these things have to be done with a lot of TLC.
Right.
To give this result.
I want you to know, if you want to live well, you can live well with Barrie.
Hi, here we are at the stand of Bhutan with Palden. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So tell us about Bhutan.
Well, Bhutan is a very special country. It's located in the Himalayas, between China in the north and India in the south. It's a small country about the size of Switzerland, and we're in the Himalayas. So we have a very rich rugged terrain.
Right.
We're known for our nature, and I think it's also a very special country in the sense that we are the last Buddhist kingdom in the Himalayas.
Well, the Himalayas is always known to be a very special, mystical place almost. So you were born there. Do you live here, or are you just visiting?
I'm just visiting for the business trip.
Okay.
But I was born, bred, buttered, and toasted back in Bhutan.
I like that. Born, bred, buttered, and toasted.
Yeah.
Very good. So tell us about the cuisine.
In Bhutan, rice is the staple. So we eat rice for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. And our cuisine for breakfast as well.
Okay.
So we are a rice-eating country. And we have a very special rice. It's red in color and very rich in vitamin B. Okay. So we never get berry in Bhutan, And
So
in
is
terms
it the
of
same type of rice that you use for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just prepared in different ways?
yeah, basically the rice is just boiled, but we have different curries and condiments to go with. And our way of cooking is very organic. We use a lot of vegetables. Right. And in Bhutan, we don't have big, extensive farms, agricultural farms. So a lot of people just eat out of their kitchen gardens,
Oh,
So our way of cooking is very simple. Fresh produce from the kitchen gardens, topped up with some dairy products like cheese and butter and eggs.
So, for example, what would be the preparation for breakfast then?
You just boil the rice and then you make a curry to go with it.
For breakfast?
Yes, right. Yeah. And our curries are not rich in the different spices that you use in India. Like, it's very plain and simple. Basically, you just top up with some cheese and butter, and we always have chilies in our food. Bhutanese cuisines are known to be very spicy, and we like it that way.
Nice. So then, say lunch and dinner, what would be the examples there?
Well, the rice you prepare the same way, just boil it. And we also have a lot of meat items. We basically dry our meat, and we eat pork, beef, fish, and chicken. Right. And we like a lot of dried meat. Because it's up in the Himalayas and the air is very thin and cold, it's very easy to air dry it.
Right.
So we like it that way. And in the olden days, refrigeration was not there. So we used to just basically dry all the meat, and then we just make it in different ways. We don't use a lot of spices. We just use chilies and simple cook it. Right. Yeah, it's very healthy. Yeah. special place known for our development philosophy. We don't pursue gross national product as an indicator to development. Right. We have a holistic developmental philosophy, and it's called the gross national happiness. And Bhutan is one place in the country where development is measured by the happiness levels of the people rather than how much we're producing in a year. So the government has a very strong approach to holistic development. Yeah, you know, like the economic development is in a sustainable way, and it's supported by good governance, it's supported by free health, it's supported by free education. So there's a lot of welfare being provided by the government.
Right.
Yeah.
So are there things like spas in Bhutan?
Bhutan is quite well known as a wellness destination. Right. We have some of the, you name it, some of the luxury brands like the Six Senses. We have Amon Koras, the Amon chain. We have the Como hotels. And those luxury brands are doing a lot of high-end luxury wellness offerings. Right. So a lot of celebrities who want to escape all the attention in the world, Bhutan is the right place to come. And we do get a lot of the celebrities coming there just to have a nice wellness retreat kind of experience.
So it really is a place to relax and recuperate and regenerate after being in the hectic life of the West, shall we say?
I would totally agree with that. When you come to Bhutan, you can be guaranteed for one thing, and that is you will be totally rejuvenated, body and soul.
Well, you're a clear example because you look about 12. You look like you should be at school. He's here unsupervised. I'm sure he should be at school.
I don't know whether that works in favor of me, you know.
It does, definitely. I want to know your secret.
When I'm on a business trip, I don't know, looking like a 12-year-old would be an advantage.
That's great. Trust me, everybody wants to know why you look so young. But thank you for giving us your time. Much appreciated.
My pleasure.
And here we are. That definitely fits in with the Live Well with Barrie theme of wellness and well-being. Here at Bhutan with Peldon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Colin. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you for taking time out to talk with us.
Sure, it's
So
my
tell me,
pleasure.
what is your role here?
I'm the CEO of the Antigua Barbuda Tourism Authority. So my role is very simple. It's promoting two of the most beautiful islands in the world. World Travel Market is a must on our annual calendar every year. I mean, once you're in the tourism business, you have to be at World Travel Market. Tourism makes up 80% of Antigua Barbuda's GDP. Right. So now more than ever, we are out in full force. Our islands are open, ready to receive you. Antigua is back on track. You know, we're recovering efforts in Barbuda, but Antigua had very minimum damage from the storm. So we're here really with all our tourism partners working hard to get the word out in the industry that we're back and better than even ever before.
Right. Well, I was fortunate enough to speak to Viv Richards earlier, and he did say that Antigua actually became pretty much unscathed with the hurricane, but really Barbuda was the one that was devastated.
Yeah. It's amazing how much of a difference 39 miles can make. The eye went over Barbuda and they were pretty severely impacted, but Antigua, largely unscathed. All our hotels are open within 48 hours. Airport was back open, cruise ports are open. So we're doing well, and we're here promoting and trying to raise that awareness in the UK and the European market of our island, what we have to offer, and just encouraging people to come on down and have a holiday with us.
So everything carried on in Antigua as normal with tourism?
Absolutely, okay. Yeah.
So you've had to just rebuild Barbuda.
Yes.
How long did that take?
Well, the rebuilding effort is still ongoing. Most of the folks, Barbados, although it's a big island, it has only 1,600 people. So most of those folks were relocated to Antigua. Many are still there. A lot of the kids are now in school. And so the rebuilding effort will take a little bit of time. And I imagine everything should be back to normal probably about mid next year when, the schools would have been rebuilt. All the infrastructure has to be put back in. The good thing is it's going to be a green destination. We're looking towards total renewable energy in Barbuda because it's such a small, tight-knit community using renewable energy solar and actually using this opportunity now that we have to rebuild from scratch to do it in a sustainable way.
Yes, indeed, economically and healthy.
Absolutely, and environmentally as well. It's a little gem, but I think you have two islands, two different unique experiences. 365 of the most beautiful beaches you'll find anywhere in the world.
I know that's the slogan of Antigua.
Oh, absolutely.
Every day of the year.
Yeah, and the beach is just the beginning, as we say. So there's always something to do. We're known for our yachting, and this year in particular, we have had a remarkable interest in the destination from a yachting standpoint. Our annual sailing week in April is the largest sailing regatta in the Caribbean. It's the 5th largest one in the world, So that's something that's very important to us. We're known for our nautical pedigree, if I may say so. Yeah. Nelson's Dockyard, English Harbour, which is the world's newest UNESCO World Heritage Site, is something that we're extremely proud of, something that we push and we promote to get the word out about our destination. All that's beautiful, all that's unique, all that's different, and to invite our guests to come on down and have a holiday with us. So if you're looking for a destination, you're going to have a beach for every day of the year, where you're going to find beautiful people, wonderful cuisine, great culture, music, cricket. I mean, it's all there. We have it for you. Yeah. And so my appeal is to your viewers and your listeners to come on down to Antigua and experience one of the greatest holidays you can ever hope to experience.
That's lovely. So what would you say is the ultimate selling point of Antigua?
Our people. I think everyone has beaches, everyone has sunshine, but I think what's unique about the people from Antigua and Barbuda is our warm Caribbean hospitality that sets us apart. We want to wow you when you come with service and with warmth. Just as the sun is warm and inviting, that's how we are as a people. And I hope that as people come and experience it for themselves and have a fantastic time, they encourage us to come on down and really visit us and have a fantastic holiday.
Well, I have to say, personally, I love Antigua. I've been several times, and it really is a beautiful place. So, Colin, thank you very much for talking to us and taking time out of this busy, overwhelming schedule that is the WTM exhibition.
For giving us the opportunity
to
raise the awareness of two of the most beautiful islands in the world, Antigua and Barbuda, where the beach is just the beginning.
Thank you. Well, I'm fortunate to have two major players in the Barbados tourism industry, Mr. Billy Griffiths and Alvin Jimmett.
Yes.
Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
So your role is?
I'm the CEO for Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., BTMI.
Right, okay.
And our responsibility, obviously, is to market the destination of Barbados. So we are a pure destination marketing company, and my responsibility is literally the entire world. And the UK market, we're here at World Travel Market. That's our number one market.
Okay. So how is tourism in Barbados going?
Tourism's been going very well. We've been very fortunate in the last 3 years in terms of our growth. Our growth in terms of arrivals, our growth in spend, and our growth in what I call hotel product as well. Right. So we've had some pleasing successes with all three of those. Obviously, this year is going to be another record year in terms of arrivals. The UK market, as you know, has been challenged in recent times with Brexit and the value of the pound, etc.
Indeed.
But as you can see here at World Travel Market, we have something like 31 participants, and we're up by more than 7 participants last year. So there is significantly more interest from the hotels in terms of gaining UK business.
Right, okay. And over to you, Mr. Jimmett.
Yeah.
Nice to have you in London.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Cold London.
Cold London, but it's a good time to be here because the colder it gets here in London, the more inspired people are to come to Barbados. So let it get cold.
So is this your first event here? World Trade Market event?
Well, we've been here for several years, and it's my third straight year as chairman of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. And I'm very pleased to be here with the Barbados team. I think they're doing a phenomenal job here in the UK, and I'm just sitting in on all the meetings and getting all the great stories from all of our major players right here.
Because really, this is such an overwhelming exhibition. It's much bigger than you'd ever imagine. It's really quite good. So how is Barbados doing in terms of the other islands with tourism?
You know, this has been a tough year for the Caribbean. We've been hit with some unfortunate situations in terms of the weather. Yeah. But I think we've been very fortunate not to have had the same fortunes. And we just continue to work with our partners in the Caribbean and to help them to overcome the challenges. But it's been good for Barbados.
Yeah. So are you here for the full 3 days?
I'm here for the full 3 days, and we've got meetings back to back, and at the end of it, we've got to put it all together and work towards another successful winter.
Well, you can see that you all must be very proud of this stand because it's huge and packed.
Yes.
Yeah. When I walk through the other stands, there are not as many people on the stands as there are on this stand here.
You know, all credit to Cheryl Carter, who's our director for the UK.
Right.
She works with the Hotel Association in Barbados. Yeah. She works with the Tourism Development Company as well. Right. So they do a shared thing and they discuss the theme and they discuss how the layout is, etc. And it's also very well planned in terms of the appointments as well. So we don't come here looking for appointments. We come here pre-prepared. So right. It goes very well for us.
It is.
Right? Really, and like I said, we've grown quite significantly in the last 3 years as well.
Right. So you've seen the growth in the last 3 years.
Yeah, I think it demonstrates the importance that the hotels and all the ancillary services are attaching to UK business, even though it's current challenge position.
You're right. Yeah. So how busy does your role as chairman keep you?
Well, I mean, tourism is the lifeblood of the Barbadian population. Yeah. And I'm just pleased and happy and privileged to be able to lead the delegation at this time. It does keep me very busy, but you know what? It's very rewarding exercise, and I'm happy to do it.
So does it incorporate a lot of travel as well?
Well, from time to time, I do have to visit our various source markets, and I'm happy to say that we're doing well in all of those source markets. So it's a very pleasing time.
Great. So where are your major source markets, would you say?
Well, the number one market is still for sure the UK.
Okay.
US number 2, Canada number 3.
All right.
But this is a long-standing. We have more flights out of the UK than any other sort of market. This winter, for example, between British Airways, Virgin, and Thomas Cook, who are major providers of airlines, and it's through Gatwick or Manchester and even Heathrow, which is a brand new service. I think we have over 25 flights a week, and these are wide-bodied flights to Barbados. And that's between December and mid-April.
So when did that start flying from Heathrow? Because I didn't even remember the...
Virgin is launching for the first time December 12th. Right. Twice a week, Tuesdays and Sundays, I believe. And they start on December 12th. And that's on Heathrow. Right? Gatwick adds a new service as well this coming winter on the 16th of December out of Gatwick. They normally come out of Manchester. So we've actually got... No, that's Thomas Cook.
That's Thomas Cook. Okay.
So we actually have 3 extra flights on this coming winter. And that's adding that's over 900 seats more this coming winter compared to last year.
Well, no better place to escape to for the winter than Barbados.
I tell you, and just the Barbadian public is just waiting. The hotels are eager. The service providers are all ready. And we're just looking forward to it.
Great. So what would you say is the major selling point of Barbados out of everything? If you could choose one thing.
It's a difficult thing. I mean, Barbados has the magnificent beaches, and it's got a great product. But next year, for example, 2018, we're designating the year of culinary experiences. We think that we have got something special when it comes to the food offerings of the island. Not only the restaurants, but the terrific chefs that we have on island and so on. So we're launching this year, we're theming the entire year 2018. We start with the Sugar and Rum Festival for the first 3 months, goes all the way down to the Food and Rum Festival in November. So I think that last year was a year of sports, where we highlighted all the various sports activities and so on that happened on the island. Right. So we don't think that there is any one thing. I think Barbados is unique in terms of the buzz and the energy and the music and the food and the entire atmosphere. And dare I say, everybody says our people are the best people, but I think the Barbadian experience in terms of how the visitor experience Barbadians is much better than many other places in terms of vacation experiences.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Griffiths.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
a pleasure and an honor. And the same, Alvin, great to see you.
Always a pleasure.
All the best.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you, guys.
All
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Vivian Richards, and I'm here just to give you a little insight on Live Well with Barrie.
Now we're on the Guatemala stand, not a place that I would have thought really was a tourist destination, but we're lucky to have Erica speaking to us today. Nice to meet you, Erica. Thank you for taking the time out to talk with us. So tell me about Guatemala and why it is a wonderful tourist destination.
Thank you for coming, Barrie. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us and to coming to Guatemala stand. We're very happy to show the world what Guatemala has. Guatemala is so known as the Mayan world, the heart of the Mayan world, because we have a heritage of the Maya culture that you can visit any time of the year. Guatemala has a great weather a whole year, so you can go there every single month of the year, so that's very important.
So it has good weather all year round.
Yeah, perfect weather, and the Maya culture, the heritage, we have pyramids, and also the Maya sites. It's incredible. You have to go to one.
So it doesn't have the four seasons then? It just has...
Well, we have many hotels. We have all the infrastructure that you will need to go to a destination, so you can visit the whole year around. We have 7 regions to visit. We have volcanoes, we have beaches, we have the Mayan sites, so it's a lot of...
So you have beaches there as well?
Yeah. Do you know black sand beaches?
Okay.
Have you? Well, we have them because we have 36 volcanoes. So you can visit the volcanoes, you can go, and they are active volcanoes. So you can go and have quite an experience you've never had before.
So it's got volcanoes as well?
Yeah, volcanoes, 36, and we have lakes. We have also the colonial site. This city you're watching here is Antigua Guatemala, which is a cultural site, and it's humanity, World Site Humanity from UNESCO. It's Antigua Guatemala, and everybody wants to go there because it's a colonial. It's like the time is stopped there. Yeah,
So it's
and
really going back to colonial time.
right, and there you will find all the textiles from Guatemala.
Now I wanted to get to this. Now this jacket is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
The detail and the fabric.
Yeah.
Tell me about the textile industry in Guatemala.
Well, it's mainly made for the Guatemalan indigenous women, and they work in their houses, and we have beautiful colors like this, and you can see all over the place here. We are full with color. Guatemala is a colorful country. Colorful. Yeah, and we have many cultural ways to show you how these textiles are made. I mean, you can see the people doing this, and we do it like this. This is the bracelet, the friendship bracelet, the good luck. So I'm gonna put this to you.
How lucky am I? I'm getting a friendship wish bracelet.
Yeah. It means that you will visit Guatemala. I'm going to make 3 knots, and it's for your good luck to visit Guatemala on your next trip. Or maybe you can visit us when you let us.
Thank you for that. We all need some good luck, honey.
Oh, yeah. And you will see. I'm going to make the 3 knots. 1, 2, and the third one for your good luck to visit Guatemala. Okay?
Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I will give you this. Quitapenas, the worry dolls.
Quitapenas.
Yeah. It has 7 dolls that this is for one problem a day. So don't use it, don't overuse it. Only one problem. You put it under your pillow every night, and the legend says that the next day you will not have the problem. So that's how it works. 7 for every day of the week. Okay?
I can't wait to try this out.
So thank you, Barrie. This is for you too.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Yeah, and maybe if you can watch this. This is the Tikal Maya site, and this is in the northern part of Guatemala, and it has in the north. And we have the rainforest, and this is in the middle of the jungle. So it's a very beautiful site, and we have the biggest pyramids in the Mayan world.
How accessible is that if it's in the middle of the jungle?
For example, if you come to Guatemala, you will get to Guatemala City in the middle of the country. You have to take a plane, or you can make a 7-hour trip, but it's too long, right? But we have airplanes that go over there, and you can visit the city in a day. But we prefer you to stay 2 or 3 days over there, because this is only one of the sites, and we have more than 300 sites, Mayan sites, in that part of the country. So everyone that wants to go to Guatemala, we say, please visit northern part, but stay at least 3 days. This is beautiful also in Guatemala.
So there's lots more to see than just this one pyramid.
Yeah, as I've told you, we have the colonial sites, we have Maya culture, we have black sand beaches and jungle. So
So tell me about the cuisine. What is the cuisine like there?
Well, Guatemalan cuisine is based in maize, which is corn.
Okay.
And we eat like tortilla and tamale, which is a special food from Guatemala. It's covered in plantain leaves, and you can cook it, and it's very delicious. We have corn, we have pork, we have chicken, and everything. Well, you cannot be on diet in Guatemala. So we have also coffee. Have you heard of Guatemalan coffee?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
So it's got a big coffee industry as well.
Yeah, and the Guatemalan coffee is one of the best. Also the rum. Have you heard of Zacapa rum? Okay, Zacapa rum is from Guatemala, and it's exported because it's very good. It's one of the famous things in the whole world. So you can go and have rum, you can have coffee. We produce also cardamom seeds. And you don't know that, but we are like the producers of Central America. We do we have all these vegetables and fruits you can have all year round. So you have to come to Guatemala.
I do have to come to Guatemala. Erica, thank you very much for taking time out to talking to us. And thank you for my gifts. That's so sweet. I want a kiss. Mwah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, what an honor for me to have the legend that is Vivian Richards. Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, it's great to see you too.
I mean, this is just the ultimate. Every West Indian is a cricket fan, so me sitting here talking to you is like almost being in front of a god. I have to say that.
Oh, Mickey Mouse. He's a popular guy too, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
No, you're more than popular.
Okay.
So tell me, I know you for cricket. Everybody knows you for cricket, being the master cricketer that you are. What is your role here at the World Travel Market for Antigua?
Well, we've been coming to World Travel Market for years now, ever since I guess it was in existence.
Right.
And whenever we come, and maybe because I would have lived in this country for quite some time, and you are quite acquainted with the folks here, there may be one or two who know who Vivian Richards is, and and well, that's nice to hear too. That's also good. But at the end of the day, I'm very much in love with my country. I'm very patriotic, and as you know, our main product is tourism. Yeah. And we come here almost every year to try and highlight or showcase what our product is all about. So it ain't any different to each year. You meet so many different folks from all walks of life, and I'm just happy to be here in this particular capacity because it's something that I think I thoroughly enjoy.
Right. So what would you say are the highlight selling points of Antigua, apart from the beaches? Because I know you all say you've got 365
That's
beaches,
right,
one for every day of the year.
That's right. Well, to be fair, apart from that, we do go a little further upfield than the beaches. Well, that whole slogan itself says that's the beginning.
All right.
So there's that's just the beginning. There's much more. There are local restaurants. I guess if you're coming from Europe, North America, or wherever it may be, you would have been accustomed to sometimes some bland foods, being on the grill. Yeah. Well, why not come and fancy some of our cuisines, our local cuisines, and there are many to do that. And the music that you get on the island, or calypso music, is totally different to rock music. So it'll be nice for you to come and see the various activities that can be taking place in that part of the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, tourism has always been a major part of Antigua's economy. The recent hurricane, how has it affected the tourists?
I cannot lie and say that it did affect our sister island, Barbuda. And if I know the Barbudans well enough, they are resilient people. Yeah. There are people who I know won't sit back, but to try and get Barbuda to its very best, and I trust them in doing that. Apart from that, there was some rumors, I guess, which would have been spreading around, which would have helped to sort of ruin the tourism product of such, in saying things like Antigua was also down, and maybe because Antigua is in association with Barbuda, right, people felt that Antigua was seriously affected as well, but that's not the case. I'll use this opportunity to say that we are up and ready for business and working as normal.
So Antigua really wasn't as affected that badly.
Luckily enough. It's tough that Barbuda had was to take the blunt of the hurricane itself, but folks would have said that if you are the sister and the sister gets hurt, it's always the big brother's responsibility making little sister well again.
Okay, that's nicely put. Very nicely put. So is Antigua quite flat, or is it mountainous?
We have a few little hills. I wouldn't say mountainous.
Right.
I've been to places to places like Nepal and all these places where you have all these mountainous sort of effects. But Antigua it's hilly enough, but I wouldn't say any particular mountain that will compare to some of the mountains that you hear folks are trying to climb.
Right, indeed.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes when the islands are more mountainous, the hurricanes hit harder. When the islands are slightly flatter, they tend to go over.
Okay.
Like you see that in Barbados, you see that in Antigua.
Well, to be fair, Barbuda was pretty flat.
Oh, right.
Barbuda was very flat, and it was totally decimated.
Yeah.
And it is something that I think we as Antiguans wouldn't want to see again happening to any parts of the region, or for that matter, anywhere in the world.
Well, my program is really about well-being and health.
Yeah.
So you, with your busy lifestyle as an ambassador, I'm sure you're extremely busy. What do you do to keep your equilibrium and look after yourself, to look after Viv Richards?
Well, I'll tell you something. One of the things that you got to make sure that whenever or whatever hotel that you may be checked into, that at least what's on the menu do fit the things that you like to consume. The other thing as well too is making sure that they have a gym, and I walk with my walking gear and my walking shoe, and make sure that I do, just to give the regular cardio or workout, because if you're a sports person and you've been playing all your life, sometimes to just retire and not do nothing sometimes can be dangerous in my opinion, or hazardous in my opinion. So at least just to give the cardio a little workout, I'll make sure that I'll get into a place of fitness and get certain little things done.
So you maintain that?
It's important. I think it's important, basically, if you're a sports person, to just give up. To me, that is like signing a death sentence, in my opinion.
Indeed, indeed. Well, Vivian Richards, an honor.
Right,
the
man.
honor is all mine.
Pleasure. Thank
Lovely
you.
to talk to you. Thank you for taking
brother.
time to talk to us.
Thank you so much.
Take care. All the best. We're now on the Venezuela stand after a long day, and I am with pretty boy Rafael, who couldn't wait to get in front of the camera, I have to say. He just heard camera, and he was like, lights, makeup, wardrobe. So here we are. Cocktail man. So what are you making here?
So this one here is a Mai Tai. It's made with Venezuela Venezuelan rums. It's called a Mai Tai. So basically, Mai Tai is a cocktail that you need to use a couple of rums to make it really interesting. That's correct. We're going to use Diplomatico Mantuano. It's a blend of rums that it goes up to 8 years. And then we're going to use Aniversario. Just a blend of rums as well. It's really aged, so it's going to give a lot of depth in the cocktail. Yeah?
So that's 3 rums you use, 3 rums.
Nice. These 2 over here, but they are all of them, they're blends. So it's a lot of ages. Exactly.
Okay, so how long have you been doing cocktail making?
For 12 years now.
So you know what you're doing.
I try to pretend that I know.
I think you're past pretending. So tell me, why is Venezuela considered a great tourist destination?
Well, I think all the tourist destinations that we have. I mean, we have mountains, we have deserts, we have snow somewhere, we have beautiful beaches. So yeah, I think there's so much going on in there.
So do you have all 4 of the seasons in Venezuela?
Not really. We are quite central in the latitude. So basically, we only have like a rain season and a really warm season all the year. So it's an amazing destination to go if you were looking for sun and beach.
So what would you say is the highlight of selling points for Venezuela that you would tell tourists is a must-do?
Well, I definitely believe the chocolate and the rums and the coffee. Those 3 are just unbelievable.
Because they actually use chocolate in savory dishes as well, right? Not only as dessert.
That's correct. For example, rums, you can do pairings with rum and chocolate, and that's unbelievable. You can finish a bottle in just one sit, just drinking rum and chocolate.
So tell me about the Venezuelan cuisine.
There is a famous dish called arepa. Have you heard of it? I think
Never heard of it.
That's
But you're going to tell me about it now.
Exactly, yeah. So imagine a mass that we do with corn, like peeled corn and smashed corn. So we do like a kind of like a flour with it, and then we bake it, or we can fry it, and then we just cut it in half and put whatever you can imagine inside. So yeah, even cheese, even shredded meat or beans or whatever.
All right. So do you live in London? Are you based here or are you based in Venezuela?
Based here since 2 years ago. And yeah, so far I've been trying to spread knowledge about Venezuela, even with the rums and with the cuisines.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us, Rafael. Much appreciated. And I hope you're enjoying this overwhelming exhibition because it's huge.
It is huge.
Enormous.
It took me like half an hour to find the stand this morning. I was late. I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. Bye now. Hello, and here we have Dominica's representative, Carla Armour. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too.
Lovely to take time out to talk to us. Very sweet of you.
It's a pleasure.
So, tell me, what do you think of the exhibition so far?
So far, it's the usual standard for WTM, top notch, and I'm just very thankful to Antigua and Barbuda who have allowed Dominica to have a table in their stand so that we can tell people here what Dominica is all about post Hurricane Maria.
Yes, now let's talk about Hurricane Maria and how it has affected the tourism in Dominica.
Well, for those of your listeners and viewers who do know that Hurricane Maria decimated Dominica and left us pretty much flattened, it means that our draw, as far as our tourism product is concerned, was really badly hit. So our rainforest, our rivers, our hiking, our waterfalls, it means that we cannot offer this right now because there's no access to it.
Right.
And we have to check the safety. But the good thing is, 7 weeks post-Maria, a lot of work has been done. So we are looking at the safety of these sites, we are reopening sites, clearing things, and it's a big national effort. So definitely we're on the road.
Is there still no electricity?
Right now we have some electricity in the capital and in the north, but not a lot. In a particular area in the north, Otherwise, there's no electricity apart from generators, obviously, for private homes.
Private
That
generators.
some people have.
Because really and truly, the hurricane did devastate and decimate, is the word, the island from top to bottom.
Yeah. Well, from bottom to top.
Oh, okay. And from left to right.
Because it came from the south, and we really thought it was like a Category 2 storm, hurricane, coming in between Martinique and Dominica.
Yeah.
So it was only at the last minute, really, we heard Category 3. And some of us lost electricity before we found out it was Category 5.
Wow.
So many people in Dominica thought, how could this be a Category 3 hurricane? Because we actually had some instruments from an engineering company measure winds of 220 miles an hour in Dominica. So you can imagine what people were hearing.
Yeah.
Things falling around you, the roof crashing down on you. Children are frightened. Parents have to look to be brave because the children are frightened. You have your elderly family with you. I mean, it was a traumatic experience.
Meanwhile, all of that being done in the dark because there was no electricity.
Precisely, and it's in the night.
Yeah.
Well, I think, thank God it was in the night, because I think had it been in the day and to see what was happening, maybe people would have been trying to escape from one house to the other because they were underneath a bed. Some people were just underneath the bed. They didn't have a house left. They might have tried to get elsewhere and may have been hurt by flying debris. So sometimes I think maybe it was better that it was in the night.
Right.
And then people just sort of kept where they were and tried to just huddle together and keep the water out as much as they could.
So what has the relief been like for Dominica?
Oh, gosh. I hate to use a word such as beautiful at a situation like this, but it's nothing short of beautiful. The kind of help that we have had from all our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, from Jamaica all the way down to Venezuela. Yeah. I mean, we had army people, we had police troops, we had medics coming in, we had people bringing in their engineers. They are, just name it, they brought in, or they sent goods. All their coast guards came in full of relief supplies, as well as personnel to come and help. Even if it wasn't police or anybody, they would come and just go onto somebody's roof, strangers' roofs, and let's help you put back on some galvanized. Let's help you put your tarpaulin. Let's help you with anything. And I'm telling you, it was so heartwarming when you're in all these long lines of traffic to try to get some relief or something, and you hear a police officer, and he talks to you and he's not Dominican, and you just think, oh, I'm from Jamaica, oh, I'm from St. Kitts, oh, I'm from Trinidad, oh, I'm from Barbados, oh, I'm from St. Vincent. It was really heartwarming to have all that help. And on top of it as well, the international help that came in a few days after, a couple of weeks after,
There were a lot of relief projects from London as well.
Exactly.
I know that we participated in ourselves.
Yeah, so that's been awesome because, I mean, everybody has been affected in Dominica. So there's no family that lives abroad that hasn't had a family member affected by Maria. So I think that also, it hit a core when you thought what your family has gone through and what your nieces or nephews or something. So I think that hit a real core, and we've found such an outpouring of love and solidarity throughout the diaspora. Yeah. And the interesting thing is not just the Dominican diaspora. It's the Caribbean diaspora just supporting us, Yeah, just the love. It's a beautiful thing. And maybe take something as horrible as Maria for us to recognize. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. And just in the communities in Dominica, it's just really heartwarming. And I think for me as well, it was a hell of an experience. And I hope we never have to go through that again.
I hope nobody ever has to go through that again.
Exactly.
Just horrendous. So what's the rebuild like there now?
Okay, so what's the rebuild like? Well, I'm here and I'm representing the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association and the Discover Dominica Authority, really to do like a fact-finding mission to see who is interested in coming to help us with some volunteer tourism projects and maybe expertise out there that could come and help us in Dominica, and then see how we could put together packages that put helping as well as enjoying what is still there and what will be developing.
Innovative.
Well, I think that Dominica is always a sort of an innovative and creative destination for the Caribbean because of it's such a different destination.
It's very innovative in the fact that, or in regards that you're bringing people in to still enjoy the island, but help rebuild it.
Yes, that's what we would like to do. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I think people, when you have a heart, you actually enjoy the helping more than you enjoy the enjoying, you know?
Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
nothing like a good rum at the end of the day.
Indeed. On a nice beach.
You
That's all.
understand? Or next to a really nice roaring river, you know, and just hang out there with some locals. And it's just...
So have you got any idea or any information been given to you about how long they think the clear up will take?
Well, so far we've had all our roads cleared up.
Right.
So all of our villages, pretty much all of them are accessible. Okay, all our communities. As I speak right now that I know of, I think there was one or two more that needed to, but I think now we've had access to everybody.
Right.
So as far as people getting help and getting relief, we know people have food, people have water, and our Prime Minister has been adamant about that, everybody getting help. But what also was very poignant for me is that our Prime Minister, 2 days after, he said he wants the kids back in school.
Yes.
He doesn't want any student not doing their CXCs or not doing their common entrance because of Maria. Maria is not going to get the better of us. We are going to overcome this. And that's just so important. Because if you have an educated nation, we can be even more innovative.
Indeed.
You know,
Indeed.
So progress-wise, I think we're making huge strides. Of course, it's a huge mountain to climb. But,
But you're climbing.
Definitely. And we are on a constant.
For want of a better phrase, the longest journey ever made started with a single step.
Exactly.
So you know what? You just step till you find out you're at the top.
Or the biggest castle or palace, Versailles, anywhere you think of, the pyramids, anything that was built with that first block.
First brick. That's
you know,
right.
so clear it away, put that first block down, you know, and that's what we're doing, and we're going to do it right.
So
Resilient.
when are you going back home to witness Dominica for yourself?
Well, I came back about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I'll be going down in maybe mid-December.
Because I know you said you're based in England.
I am based in England, but my family a lot of my family is in Dominica. And I will go back down in December because I have business there and stuff. And I will definitely, to bring stuff back for people that are giving me, friends are giving me to help my communities. So to do that and to see how the schools are coming on and just to check my property and also I have people that were working with me that you have to keep on top of their families who are out of jobs. So, you know, you have to keep on top of, I think that's the difficult part because you know how it is to ask for help. It's not the easiest thing, but it's such a human thing to be able to humble yourself and say, I need help.
That's the thing. Well, I mean, with the circumstances such as that, I don't even think you need to ask because people volunteered
Exactly.
People, you know, once they heard what had happened and then they saw the coverage of the devastation,
oh my gosh,
they volunteered it. You didn't even have to ask.
And you know, the interesting thing is that everybody was texting us. When we got a network, everybody's texting us, what's happening, oh my gosh, this. But we were not seeing this because we didn't have enough data to download anything, you know, because we were just like trying to catch a little bit of network somewhere
wherever
around the mountain to see,
because
so we could, a lot of things that you all were seeing outside.
You all didn't even know and you were there.
So people were telling us what other members of our family were telling them. You understand what I mean? Because we hadn't been able to meet other members of our family. You know, you'd have to walk. I mean, my sister had to walk over 11 hours to come and check on my mom and I.
Really?
When I went to check my mom and my brother, I had to walk 3 hours from where I was because you have no roads. You have to climb and trek to get there.
And the roads just covered with debris.
Because we have so many rivers.
Yes.
So the rivers...
Well, it's the island of rivers, isn't it? And supposed to have great mineral water as well.
Exactly. So that's a good thing. That's the one positive because I could go to what we call at home the source.
Yes.
So the source of the mineral water to get my drinking water. So I could get drinking water
still get clean
up by my
drinking
house.
Water.
Even if I didn't have a roof to cook under, my stove was working, but I could cook in al fresco.
Al fresco, literally.
Yes.
I mean, it's unimaginable. You know, no roof on the house.
And most houses, if you have a house left. If you have a house left, but most people did not have a roof or partly gone, you know. So, I mean, look.
But the journey has started for the rebuild. So, you know, hopefully soon.
And the Thanksgiving, apart from that, is just that more lives were not lost. And that we just pray that people that are still missing somehow we can find somewhere they have been somewhere, but it will be difficult. It's a difficult journey for other people.
Yes, but you're still hopeful.
Yeah.
The fact that, communication isn't what it might be, they might still be
we just
alive
pray
and
every
well
day.
and somewhere, but you can't communicate.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, lovely.
I feel so honored to have the opportunity to say something about Dominica.
And it's lovely to hear it as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
Mwah. Proper duty this one is.
I am Carla Armour, representing the beautiful nature island of Dominica in the Eastern Caribbean, recently hit by Hurricane Maria. But guess what? I'm just here, living well with Barrie.
The final stop of the day is Panama, and I am here with the lovely Magda to tell us all about why Panama is the destination for tourists. Hello, Magda.
Hi, Gary.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay, Panama is a good destination. Only one word. We have diversity.
Diversity.
Yeah.
Well, that seems to be the new word for everything, right? Diversity.
Yeah, and we have a new campaign telling us that Panama is not for tourists. It's to live experiences.
Okay.
So Panama have everything, have nature, have ethnic people, have beaches, and everything is very close. So you can see both oceans at the same time, the Atlantic and the Pacific. I think it's the only country you can see both oceans.
Indeed, that's right, isn't it? Because the Caribbean Sea is on one side, is it? The Atlantic, and then the Pacific on the other.
Yeah, I think Panama is very important because Panama is the one that joined the world. So for us, Panama is a very good eslabon that joins all the Americas.
Right. Indeed, it does. And we can see on the map here exactly where Panama is. Right there in the middle, joining Colombia and Costa Rica. Wow. So tell me, what are the selling points of Panama and why you think it is a major tourist destination?
Okay, maybe we can, because Panama is a diversity, we have everything to offer. But what for our icons is nature, ecotourism, and our ethnic people. What our ethnic people? Because they're still autochthon. They live how they wanted to do, and they have their own lovers and their own laws to do it up. So it's very authentic.
Okay. That's very interesting. So tell me a little bit about the cuisine of Panama.
Oh, gastronomy. Gastronomy in Panama is an international one because we have a mix of cultures. Okay, because the Panama Canal. So we have a mix of all China's internationals of everywhere of the world. But if you go to Panama and take like a soup that we take the sancocho, making by chicken, and also with tamal, make it with corn and chicken also. So we have a very good gastronomy.
Okay. So what is your major selling point that you would say of Panama? The one thing that if a tourist went, they must do, they must see.
Okay, I think that maybe Bocas del Toro, our Caribbean side, our beaches, where you can make snorkeling and scuba and see the dolphins everywhere. So now, Panama is one of the countries that the whales come to have their suns there in the month of September. So you imagine all to see the whales with their sun on the beach. So that's something, experience it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining us and talking to us, taking time out of this very busy day, because I can see this entire exhibition is so overwhelming. So thank you very much. Lovely to talk to you, and see you guys soon. Take care.